You know, our Crumb was a genius, and we did our Crumb Comix. So it was titled our Crumb Comix number 3 that we did out at Hip Pocket Theater. And Johnny had gone to California years before and had met our Crumb and dug into his comic collection and got a few Zap comics. I have one myself. And we decided, they decided to do the play almost as a musical, but using the comic strip as kind of the script. I was cast as one of my favorite characters of all time, Funt. Kind of this Jack Nicholson, very serious guy that goes to a guy named Mr. Natural, this guy with the long beard. Lane, who's an actor, I don't know where he's at now. Lane's a great actor. Played Mr. Natural like he, talking like this, let me Mr. Natural, I'm Mr. Natural. He was like one of the main, ooh, that was a cool little shot of a bird. See the bird on top of the Telluride? He's only gonna be there for a minute. See him? He's sitting on top of the Telluride. You can at least hear him. Can't tell if he's a warning or what's going on. Anyway, it is a bird on top of a... There he flew over him. Yeah. So, my character's name was Funt, and it's the R. Crumb character, and I had these eyebrows. I shortened my eyebrows to about like this, so they were shortened on both sides. And I had this cheap Casio watch on my wrist, and my hair was short, and I was wearing like these tight butt, probably something similar to these jeans kind of thing, and suspenders and like a white polo shirt. And I go to Mr. Natural, and I say, Mr. Natural, what is the meaning of all of this? What is this all about? Because Mr. Natural's like a guru. He's like, oh, hello, Funt. Hello, Funt. Life is about foot. I'm sorry? Life is about foot. You mean foot? Foot. You are to say foot over and over. You want me to say foot? You are to say foot over and over again. You say foot. 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 foot, 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 foot. And then after, of course, saying foot for quite a bit of time, maybe not that long, but pretty long time, walking semicircle on the stage, I finally approach Mr. Natural, who's this long beard. And I, of course, you know, have this short hair and I'm still normal looking. I walk up to him and I'm like, you know what you are? You're a freaking hippie loser. That's what you are. You don't get any satisfaction or anything out of saying foot over and over again. You know, and it's that kind of argument. Mr. Natural, and so foot doesn't really, you know, amount to much. And it sounded much like his name, Funt. So Mr. Natural was probably just making fun of his name. It's just a cartoon, you know. How seriously can you take it? Anyway, I think Mr. Natural enjoyed messing with Funt's mind. Enjoyed it. Little guru Arlecchino character. They're all chasing a hawk off their little area. The birds are. Bunch of crows chasing a hawk. There he is up there. Up that way, up there. See if we can get a little. bumper, bumper, bumper. Well, well, we are going over the bridge of the Trinity. As you can see over here, this little bridge I wanted to use for the post-apocalyptic film we're making, Lynn Driver. Oh, by the way, we sent up a new little burst. It turned out to be a 2-minute burst. So the other one was 7 minutes because I refined it. This one was only 2 minutes, which I am going to use. And I like the idea that it sounds like she's talking through like a Bluetooth speaker. A Bluetooth speaker from like a phone, you know, these little speakers. Right here. See the speaker? So it sounds like she's talking through that. And I like that idea. So we'll be able to do more of them. They're all black and white noir. Lynn Driver, discover. So I ordered from what's called Malai Kitchen, I guess that's the pronunciation. And they, like, you have to call them like 4 or 5 times. Can I place you on a brief hold? May I place you on a brief hold? And then you finally, you know, I tried going online, but not all the order. You cannot fulfill the entire order online because they don't show the whole menu. So you have to call at times. May I please place you on a hold? And it goes on for like a minute. Finally, you call back and they're like, okay, yeah, what can I help you with? And then, you know, you start giving the order and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. And they got all these questions. One time I went in there and the lady like took me aside and she said, how dare you be that rude over the phone? And I was like, ma'am, I don't even think I called on the phone. It's like she got me. How would she know? Because of the order. I guess because of the name I put on the order, but I usually use initials, you know. I think she got me mixed up with somebody else. I was like, okay, well, you know, I didn't call in. Because you can also do it online through a thing called Chow Now. Chow Now. I really like the shops at ClearFork, so we're gonna watch. We're gonna go up to like, we'll go up probably the top floor maybe. Yeah. Get over the last little aspects of my common cold. I mean, frankly, if you want to know my personal opinion, I think COVID's BS, as in bull shite. I think it's complete BS. I think people took the common flu and went crazy with it. Anybody that's put on a respirator for too long will die no matter what's wrong with them. You know, you got to move this stuff around and breathe through it. You know, you got to use muscle to get through a lot of this, you know, stuff. I don't believe in it. Now, I do wear these masks for the common cold because since we all were supposed to wear it during work and they were taking photos of people wearing it, I thought, well, you know, I'll continue wearing mine for the common cold. Hey, you know, like back in the day, if you look like 15 years ago, they've got interviews with Lee Phoenix, known as Joaquin Phoenix. He's wearing these. He wears these in the interview and stuff. He wears it on his head because LA, they've got a lot of problems with that kind of stuff, flus and people getting other people sick, you know? And plus pollution, you know, cars everywhere. I wear mine for personal reasons, you know, I wear my mask. And plus I like wearing masks. I was trained to wear a mask as I was, you know, growing up in the theater. We'd wear a mask all the time. And when I was watching Breck Roll's show and he was like saying, you know, oh, well, it's not outlawed to wear a mask in like Alabama, you know, because some places where racial place, you know, like the KKK, they couldn't wear like pillowcases over their heads and stuff. So they outlawed wearing masks, you know, so it's not outlawed. I don't really think it'll ever will be, you know, because of performers but I can see the reasoning behind it. But I don't think now, because of different flus that could arise in the future, that they'll ever really be able to outlaw wearing a mask for your own protection, whether it may be. You shouldn't really have to like lower your mask. Like whenever I got stopped on that traffic ticket, and I'm sure that cop is in jail now, I'm almost 100%. I heard he was in jail. When I got stopped on that traffic ticket and I was, you know, handcuffed and drug in against my will, you know, I wasn't like, yeah, sure, buddy, put handcuffs on me. Come on, let's go. And I was, you know, drug into jail. You know, my dad had to come by and pick up the car and all this. It was really bad. I'm sure all those cops are in jail now. You know, we just had some cops go to prison just a while ago for killing a black man, but they were, you know, of course, they're black cops, but a white cop was behind it. One of their superior officers were white. There will be a time I'll put you all into mall cop duty, and you will have a stun gun, and that's it. Every citizen will be rewarded an M60. Feel free, buddy. Stun gun nation. What the documentary will be called. I think they used a stun gun on another guy and got him in the spine and killed him. We'll change those stun guns to the hand stun gun. Zippity doo dah, buddy. It's written. It's in the Bible. Times will become lawless. It's your Bible. It's the Word of God. It says so. Well, that Vietnam generation hangs on to those guns, though. They basically worship their guns. They put their guns like a shrine in their home. They'd rather have their guns than their Bible. And they'll go to hell. They'll watch me feast with my family for all of time and beg for a drop of water. This is the 5th level. I have the right to say that. You know why I have the right to say it? Because I have the right to my religion. I can worship any way I please. I have that right. I can be a Puritan. I can be whatever I want. I have that right. There's a separation between church and state. And the reason they killed David Koresh was not because of his religion, but that was the real reason. But the reason they killed David Koresh was because he had guns. He was an armed individual. You kill an unarmed man, you get the death penalty. You know that? That goes for any cop. Doesn't matter the reason. Cops have gotten the death penalty for killing an unarmed man. This happens all the time. Mr. Navy. Mr. Navy. Big bad Johnny in the Navy. Big bad. I went to the Navy. You know, my grandfather fought in World War II. You Vietnam loser. This Vietnam generation is going to end. I'm going to be a happy son of a gun when it happens. Because y'all are mean. Look, here's the thing right here. It's right there. This is the part that reminds me of the Broadway theaters. You ever seen the Broadway theaters backstage? They get real quiet. You have thick walls right here. Just exactly like that. Very similar. They got the high ceilings for the proscenium. They've always got a door that looks similar to this before you step out on stage, Broadway. go out in a world of theater. Exactly like that. Where that area is, I think it'd be great for theater. It's got lighting and everything right up here. You see the specials. See if this thing's working today. It seems to be. Nice little glass-plated windmill too. Neiman Marcus right here. You do have the Bose speakers that you'd have to probably mute during the performance. Directory seems to be open. So you go here, and they're updating. Runs off the RFID. And this is the one and only Malai Thai Vietnamese kitchen. All right, got it. And the receipt. These are really cool areas. Like I was saying, if you did Midsummer Night's Dream, you could probably bring it in on these areas. The actors have to speak up, maybe be mic'd. I'll show you the area. Anyway, I think that's the top floor, goes to 3, and then it has an elevator. We've got this little green grass area, or a little mime show or something. They'd probably interfere with you though. Maybe one day they could legalize mime. After all, it's the art of silence. I want to say maybe it's the art of silence, but it comes out of the World War II era, which is before the Vietnam era. It's a new style of theater. The mime. I don't know if it's evident anymore, but there was a time to be quiet so the Nazi soldiers could not find you. And that's what Marcel was studying, but also to create an art to it. Nowadays, I think it's a little okay to be a little noisy and to talk, use numbers and names, to fight off that Vietnam generation, that the sickness that has protruded into our country that needs to be evaporated and will be. Those are the selfish people that like to take everyone with them. I mean, boy, they'll be the first to thump the Bible at you. Which is nothing wrong with that, as long as they pertain to it. Which they don't. In secret, they don't. They want to see you in misery, so stay away from them. They're evil. I have a college education. My dad likes to blab. I've suffered immensely. Problem. And trust me, if it's not me, it'll be someone else that he'd go after.